How's it going, everyone? I have Enchantress here. So if you haven't already seen her super, we'll just go ahead and get that out of the way. I am testing out a couple new shaders for her, so if the colors are a bit different, I don't know why. Alright, now I have all the same stats on both of these characters. I'm just using the base stuff. I don't have any gear on either one of them. That way it makes this test a little bit better. The only reason I'm playing on different characters is because I got an ability at level 2 for Enchantress, so I figured I'd use it here. So this ability allows me to split into 3 different, people. Now the base one, if you just hit B, makes you the center person. Now if you hit 4 and you're going back, you'll be the very back. And then obviously if you go for the one up front, you'll be the one up front. So simple enough, but I figured it was worth mentioning. Now the other one, if you guys haven't already seen, is... So the other character is where you call in this big dude that absolutely decimates. I know he can, let's see, demonic sacrifice. You can do the demonic sacrifice where he just kind of blows up. You can call him in. So if I'm way back here, for instance, I call him in, and the opponent gets closer or they're going to jump over him, he can blow up if he has to. We also got the demonic guard, so if you call him in, you can have him stop and he'll block, and you can try and hide behind him, I guess. This one hasn't really been too useful. It doesn't last too long either. And then you can also cancel that guard at any point in time. So you just hit the exact same thing and keep walking. And then from there, actually, if you call him in, you can have him guard, you can have him cancel the guard, and you can still blow him up. So, not bad. Alright, so I was just going to go over a couple easy things. Her strings here, the XXA is what is this sort of a thing. Now her Hellgate that she can do will deflect like Deadshot's bullets, Dr. Fate's stuff right back at him, and it'll hit him. I actually got to use it on Batman when I was using her earlier. He threw out a batarang, I got it up, and it went right back into his face, which was pretty funny. And then you got the Soul Rip, which can also be meter burn, and it'll give you health back. So it's right about there. Yeah, I'm still getting used to the timing on that. So I got 80 health back, and then you also have a Spell of Protection, which is this, where if I get hit during this, it'll just take life out of my super meter. It will not take it out of my health, and it lasts decently long, so it is worth using if you have super meter to lose and you want to get really in there and get ballsy. Now as for the hex, as you can see, it'll pop up in the top right here that I used a different curse. Now, if you guys know how to switch what curses these come out as right here, it doesn't really specify how to change them, so I'm not exactly sure how to change those. And then you obviously have your Vanish, which is your parry. Now, if you get hit while this is going on, you'll disappear, and you can fall down above them, go ahead and land a hit and start a combo. Or, if you just let it go, you'll end up behind them, in which you can also start a combo and get something going. Alright, on to just regular strings and crap that you're actually going to be using quite a bit. XYY is the overhead with the sword. Then we got XY, back XY, which if you add A to the end of that, it'll launch them. So it's back 1, 2, 3. And then we also have 2, 1. So this is a parry. If they hit you, they get encased in a diamond and you can do some damage to them. Now this is decently quick. If your opponent's going to react, they'll have to do it quickly. Or you can hit A, in which it launches them back. Now you can delay that actually, if you really want to. Either that or you can also cancel out of it and move back if you know that they're onto you. Then we move on, it's back X, and then you can also add a A onto that, so it would be back 2, 1, 3. Then we have back 2, 3, which is a launcher. We also have back 2. We also have forward 2, A. Alright, so after that one we also have forward 2, 3, which if meter burn gives you this, in which you can get a free back and into whatever you like. So as for her jumps, she has jump 1, which is more of a shooting spray type thing. She also has Y, which is good for going overhead and trying to get a quick hit off and then starting something. Or she has A, which is good for if you knock someone back, jump in with it, and continue your combo. Alright, so there are quite a few strings that you could do. It depends on how much damage you're going to try to do. If you can get someone's whiff with a back heavy, you can jump in with A, and then hit X, Y, Y if you want to finish it that way. That'll do 122 damage on that combo, so that'll be 364 damage. Or you can end it the way I prefer to, which is X, Y into the grab, which would be back, forward 2. So which would look like this. Which is 394. Now you could also meter burn that and get some of your health back, or if you would prefer, this is a good knockdown, and that way you can get your trade out if you choose to do so. Which in her case, she could send that guy forward and then immediately start her offense again and just do a quick jump in. That guy could be behind her, and then obviously body slam her. Her grab also looks pretty cool. I just enjoy how they are able to move in and out. Alright, so now we're going to move on to... So now we're going to go ahead and start some combos. Anyway, for the combos, you could start it with that. So if you start with this, you're going to go into the spell, which is this right here, and this time you're going to meter burn him, and it'll launch him back. Launches him back, like so. You'll go back heavy, and then you'll jump in, and you'll continue the combo that I was showing earlier that you could have used on a whiff. Okay, so starting off, you can either start it with this sword here, or you can start it off with a simple XX for your combo. So you can either start it with the back 2, but you want to actually get the X. You want to get the 1 in. Sorry, this is my first fighting game. I'm still getting used to the whole number system. So anyway, if you're going to do the back 2X, you're going to end up using the spell and meter burning it. So this is how it should look. And you could have ended that in the soul grab. It's a soul rip, my bad. Alright. Which would have been like this. And that's 346, which isn't bad. So now we'll get to the XX, which is the 1-1, and then you can do the exact same thing. And of course you can end that one the same exact way, end it the way I prefer. Simply because it gets a bit more damage and gives me the option of getting some health back if I choose to. Alright, moving on to one of the easier ones because you have so much time. And as for the trapped, which is that, you are not able, like off this piece right here, you're not going to be able to get it off. At least I haven't been able to. I could just be completely wrong, but it whiffs it just barely. So moving on to the ice one, which is the forward 2, 3. So you'd want to meter burn that, and then you'll do the exact same thing if I don't mess up. So that was 294, which is a bit less. See what we can get. This. So that's 317, so you would technically be better off with either one of these in terms of damage. And I completely dropped that. As I said, I'm sorry, this is my first fighting game. The back Y has the most range, so if you're trying to start something and someone whiffs, that would be your best starter, in my opinion. Then you could obviously go straight into your offense. You might have to move forward a little bit for that if you're starting at max range, which is about, let's see, it's right about here. So if you start at max range, what, back here? Oh, that's not too bad.
Your soul is mine.
So that's 346. It's not too bad. It's not too shabby. 113, you should be able to cancel into a back heavy to get your combo started. I'm not exactly sure why you would want to do that. It might deal more damage, but I'm going to go ahead and check. That was 370, so it would be pretty decent. Okay, so let's see if I can get the other one. So that's 398, so it's almost 400. So if you really, really want that extra 20 damage, maybe. I don't know how much it's worth. If it's really worth an extra bar, but if you really want to use that extra bar for 30 damage, you could. So that's just XXA, and then you would hit back, back, and A during your combo with meter burn. Back about the back 2, 3. If you do the back 2, 3, and they launch up into the air, you'll have time to do a forward 2A into meter burn. So it would be like this. And then you can move up, get your heavy. Which would be 339, just a little under. If we add in the soul rip, I'll see what we can get with that. That's 357, that's not too bad. So off of that starter, which is the back 2, 3, forward 2, 3, then you would hit. So all you'd have to do is back 2, 3, forward 2, 3, and then you just want to hit, of course, the back 3. So if you want a guaranteed super, the best way I have found thus far, unless obviously you could do that and then hit them, but the likelihood of you getting a just straight up back heavy on some random person isn't exactly the best. I mean, you could technically get it on this as well if you get the timing right. Okay, so the guaranteed one that I had for this is the back, and then as soon as they go up into the air, bang, and that'll get you your super pretty easily. The other one that'll guarantee it is a back 2A, which is, if you remember, is the launcher. I'm not sure on the timing, so I apologize for the spam. So other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed learning some of these. If you guys have any better ones, leave them in the description, and let me know if you guys have figured anything else about her when she comes out tomorrow. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. I'll post up a couple of fights with her and the end of her storyline, but this is mainly just focused on some of her tutorial stuff. Other than that, guys, I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.